I keep post the hoodie on the Instagram. I'm already in Tampa. Ron is in Mobile. Ron is in class and he get out of the classroom. And he called me. He said, yo, I don't know what's going on. I just made $4,000 while in class. And I'm like, hold on.
Wait a second.
And I'm like, sending hoodies? Send me a screenshot. And it's just like, now talking about $4,000. If you think about it, that's not a lot of money.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Real Deal Podcast with myself, Mr. Brandon Haley, and
Mr. Cleon Deal, baby. Happy to be back.
Cleon Deal. What up? What up? And today, we have a very special guest, my dog Dre.
Clap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, man. Happy to have you here.
Hey, I don't know about special, but I'm happy to be here.
Dre
Thanks, guys, for having me.
Dre is special. And everyone's going to ask where your accent is from. So go ahead and just let us know where your ethnicity is from, like how you got your accent.
Yeah.
I think
that's always like a funny question to answer too, because it's like every time people are champion to guess where I'm from. Like as soon as I open my mouth, oh, you're Jamaican. I don't think I sound Jamaican at all.
Nah.
Some people ask me if you're Haitian, and I'm like, that kind of makes sense because I grew up in France, and Haitian they speak Creole and French is kind of the same. So I just said it. I grew up in France, but I'm originally from Cameroon. That's West Africa. West Africa, what's up?
What up? So you was born in West Africa? And
I was born in West Africa. I moved to France. I was 4 years old. Then when I was 16, I went back to West Africa for like a year or two.
It wasn't the vibe no more?
What do you mean?
Like you didn't like it anymore?
I didn't choose not to live there, but my parents lived in France. So as a 2-year-old, it's not like, I don't like living here. Let me go to France.
No, I mean like when you went back. Well, you went back at 16. Then
I went back for a specific reason. At the time, my dad had cancer.
Okay, gotcha.
He wanted to go through remission in Africa, and I just wanted to be there for him.
Yeah, no, 100%. So I didn't know that part. I knew the French part, so I didn't know that. So I'm always learning something every day too.
Right.
But before we just hop right into it, guys, we haven't had a guest in a long time. So we do appreciate you being here. And then with that being said, if you guys want to be a guest on the show, reach out to us because we gotta do a better job planning out all that stuff. We gotta do a better job planning all that stuff. But yeah, let's hop right in. What is Dre? Give us a little bit. So let's just start from when we first met. Me and Dre met at the club. So the cool thing about working in nightlife, and he ain't out there much often anymore. This was I've been there almost 6 years. So this was within like my first 3 years. So while I was still partying and drinking, is when I met Dre. And then we kicked it. Super nice dude. One of the realest people I've ever met. So real stand-up dude. So some of the crazy stories I remember, Dre is one of the craziest. Where I'm literally, I would always, Sunday used to be my drinking day, right? Now my Sundays look a lot different, right? So I would go to WTR and then be at the club, and then Sundays were the best day. Dre would come up there, be there, and then he was wearing these shoes. I still have them. He was wearing some teal McQueens. I'm like, let me get those. I'll switch you the shoes on my feet. And he's like, Brandon, just have them. I said, what? He's like, Brandon, just have them. So I left with his shoes. and then I tried to give him my shoes to exchange. He's like, no, you keep those too. So my man literally left in his socks just because I wanted a pair of shoes.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, did you spend the rest of the time barefoot? What we got going on?
I mean, he probably had slides in the car. He just sent somebody to go get. But I was just like, hey, and ever since then, I'm like, yo, that's a real one. So I do appreciate that, Dre.
Of course. That's a crazy night, too. I ended up at a pizza shop with my socks on. It's pretty funny night. But I remember those Sundays, man. Don't make me reminisce. WTR then Tango.
Yeah, man. It's a Sunday.
Crazy time, but good times.
Crazy times for sure. We're good times. But yeah, Dre, we met at the club. Used to be a regular though. He's out of the streets though. He don't be going to the club anymore like that. But he did reach out. He's like, hey, I see you guys podcast. I really enjoyed it. And he's like, hey, I want to be on the show because we like to talk about relationships on here, but we also like to talk about people's personal stories when it comes to like what they went through in their own life, as well as like people that get into entrepreneurship, build businesses and things of that nature. And Tampa people, if you don't know, well, most of you guys, I would say, know the brand Mixed Emotions. So Mixed Emotions, Dre actually helped build that with one of his other buddies and then started his other company. So let's hop right into that. Explain what industry would you say you're in right now?
E-commerce.
Okay, so e-commerce industry, is it mostly like fashion, retail, or like what is it? What's like the sub?
Well, when I say e-commerce is online.
Online selling.
Online selling.
Anything online.
So I'm more into online selling. I went to school for marketing. So
Mhm.
what I'm good at is running ads, like
Mhm.
running Facebook, Instagram ads, and
Mhm.
Google ads, now TikTok ads.
Mhm.
And I mean, I'm not gonna tell you that I'm a fashion guy, but I make money off of fashion because with Mix, as you said, with Mixed Emotion, it's a clothing brand, and I created my own clothing brand on the side, which is Four Seasons Paris.
Four
right
Seasons
now.
Paris, yep.
And
Which is also doing really well.
I mean, depending on who is looking at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my buddy and I, Ron, we met in college. We were very close. COVID happened.
Mhm.
Moved to Tampa. Ron stayed in Mobile, Alabama. Because I went to school at the University of West Florida. You don't know that part of Florida. It's down west at the border of Alabama. And Ron went to school in Mobile,
Yeah.
Alabama. So it's like 30 minutes away from each other.
Yeah,
So
the Panhandle, I think that's what everyone calls it. Yeah.
Correct. You know your geography. So I mean, after college, I graduated college during COVID, and then COVID happened. Not much to do, so I moved to Tampa. And my last year of college, Ron was talking about his idea of starting a clothing brand. Well, actually, it was Miles' idea, but Miles is the type of person that will come with some crazy nice ideas.
That's me.
But he won't execute them.
That's me.
So it was like,
that's also why me and Miles get along so well.
yeah. I mean, Miles is a little bit more in the action phase right now, but at that time, you would have these crazy ideas and you would never execute them. And you came to me and he said that, hey, I think we can start this clothing brand. We are pretty popular here in college. So even if we were to limit ourselves to make money on campus, I think that's a pretty great idea.
Right.
Me full of myself, I'm like, you think I'll be walking around this campus selling t-shirts? You do that. I'm not doing none of that. So it's like, he goes to Ron and Ron is like, hey, I love this idea. At the time, they wanted the brand to be like one. One would be the name of the brand, like the number one, just to say we are number one in everything we do.
Right.
I love that idea. But then Ron was like, both of them were student athletes at the time. They both had torn ACL. They both had D1 offers to no offers. So it was like we went through every emotion.
Yeah.
So let's call this brand Mixed Emotion. And I was like, this is a pretty dope name, but I'm not selling t-shirt with you guys. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, hey, this is a pretty nice name. So Ron started the brand and it's time to put some money together, and Miles is a little hesitant. Ron take out a student loan. Like he was a student athlete, he didn't need no student loan because at the time he would get the scholarship. But he still take a student loan and buy like his first set of hoodies. I think he bought like 100 hoodies, spent about $2,000 for that. And he started the brand. I was reposting because that's my birthday, not because I was involved in the brand, but I was reposting. And then at the time, Mikey Williams, which is a basketball kid,
Mikey Williams, you said?
very hot in high school. It was super dope in high school, like big fan base.
Yeah.
Pictures with Drake and everything. It was really hot. And we have a birdie that worked for Overtime. His name is State. And he was doing a documentary on Mikey Williams. So as he's doing
crazy.
the documentary on Mikey Williams see the hoodie and it's like, hey, I love this hoodie. It's dope. So they give a hoodie to Mikey. Mikey posts the hoodie on the Instagram. I'm already in Tampa. Ron is in Mobile. Ron is in class and he get out of the classroom and he called me. He said, yo, I don't know what's going on. Wow. I just made $4,000 while in class. And I'm like, hold on, selling hoodies?
Wait a second.
And I'm like, selling hoodies? He said, bro, I am not lying. Send me a screenshot. I said, yo, drop out. And it's just like now talking about $4,000. If you think about it, that's not a lot of money. But just thinking
in college, though.
I mean, I already graduated, but I'm taking you 5 years back in 2020. That's a year before I met you. But in 2020, I had nothing. Right. When I say I had nothing, it's like COVID happened. I graduated college. I was waiting for the stimulus check. I got this. So me telling you I had a stimulus check, that means I wasn't making more than $75,000 a year. Right. If you make more than that, you can have a stimulus check. I literally had $10 in my bank account. Wake up in the morning, opening my Bank of America, hoping that I would get my stimulus check, but Apple done took $9.99 out of my account. So I got
I was there. I was there at that same time. Yeah. So I was in the same boat.
So I had 1 cent left. Donald Trump gave us $1,200 at a time. I was renting a car like from a buy here, pay here and everything. I left the car in the parking lot of my apartment complex. I went and got a rental and I moved to Tampa. $1,200 at a time, you could get an apartment in Tampa. Super Bowl came in, the price skyrocketed.
I was about to say you can't get that now.
You know, like at the time, you could have with $1,000, you could have a little 2-bedroom in Temple Terrace. Which is what I did. I mean, you know that apartment in Temple Terrace. You've been there, so I moved there. So when my friend is telling me that he just made $4,000 online, and me, I'm out here, just had an interview with Morgan Stanley because I did marketing, but I had a minor in finance, so I'm a finance guy. So I'm doing an interview with Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and trying to get my big boy job. And my friend is like, I just made $4,000 online in a couple hours. I'm like, hey, I want to be part of this. And that's how I got involved with Mixed Emotion. And I said, what can I bring to the table? I know how to buy clothes. I don't know how to design them. But I think that I can come up with some good marketing strategies to take this to the next level. And they say, you know what, man, I've been wanting you to be there. Now that you see the money, now you are interested. I say,
that makes sense.
I'm honest. I'm interested because I see that you're making a little bit of money. So you said that, hey, I'm looking YouTube videos, and if you can learn how to do Facebook ads, I think that you could be an asset for the business. So I just literally went on YouTube, spend 8 hours a day. What would be a normal working shift, 9 to 5. I'll spend 9 to 5 on YouTube learning Facebook ads. And then the rest is history. 6 months, we did over 6 figure in less than 6 months after I started running ads for Mixed Emotion.
As soon as it started.
Yeah, and during COVID, it was just a very, very ideal time to start selling online. Because everybody was just home.
At home bored.
DoorDash skyrockets. The best revenue DoorDash ever had was in 2020 because everybody was home. The quarantine and whatever they call that. So at the time, I even had a job in the marketing department of Ashley Furniture. And Ashley Furniture did amazing numbers during COVID because you are home like, oh my God, this couch is kind of old right now. Let me get a new couch. And so it's Mixed Emotion. I was running ads, Mixed Emotion, $25 ads would give us $500, which is not as possible.
I'm about to say that's a crazy return on that.
It's not that possible today because the competition got bigger and bigger. It's still possible to see some good return on ad spend. But in 2020, it was different. And before even iPhones, now iOS 14, they stopped tracking stuff. But prior to that, you just got to tell to Cleon that, hey, I need some pizza. And as soon as you go on Facebook, you see a pizza ad. This is like, it was even more intense. So within 6 months of us starting the business, of me starting running the ads, we made $180,000 with less than 15,000 in ad spend.
And how much of that was profit, or that was total revenue?
Honestly, I wasn't that involved.
With
me, I was just running the ads and helping run the ads, and that's all. I wasn't.
But still, in 6 month time, that bad. What do you think? Since obviously e-commerce has definitely changed over the course of the last 5 years, which is super cool that you got into it and just dove in, getting on YouTube. What do you think about now? Like the big, I don't know if it's the big things, but it's more popular. There's like live stream selling, TikTok, eBay Live, whatnot, Fanatics. There's a whole bunch of different sources of live stream selling. Have you seen any of that? Mostly what I see is like with like collectible items, but I have seen some clothing.
No, some people sell live on TikTok. I haven't dived into that aspect, but just looking into that, I've seen some people just becoming millionaires overnight with just doing commission on TikTok. They have this thing where you can promote a product, and then there's like the orange card down there, and just people like I have a buddy of mine that's a TikTok live creator, and he just get a lot of stuff for free, promote it, and get a 10% commission off of every sale that he make. And he had one video that went viral that brought him $17,000 in commission. So imagine the person that's actually selling the product, how much they're making. So I feel like there's more space for people to sell and online. Although Facebook algorithm give you less return on ad spend than it used to be because of the iOS 14 update. But right now, people are more open to shop online. The mall is not as full as it used to be. People shop online more than they shop in person.
Yeah, so I definitely have seen that.
So I feel like now it's even a better time to be in e-commerce, honestly.
So I like when you're talking about, hey, what can I bring? Coming into a business that as a startup, you're like, hey, what can I bring to the table? He's like, all right, Facebook ads. Explain like your thought process of why you felt the need to jump into YouTube videos for 8 hours a day and treating that like a job. Because a lot of people, when they hear that $4,000, they hear you can make $4,000 in a couple hours doing e-commerce. They're like, yeah, it sounds good, but then they just like wait and nothing really happens. So explain like your thought process at the time. You're making under 6-figure income, and then you don't even know if this is 100% going to work. It could have just been like a one-time $4,000 fluke or whatever. Like, explain your thought process and why you're like, hey, I'm going to dive all in, and how like somebody listening, like how that could help them too.
Well, in college, I knew that I wanted to work for myself. I knew that I'd probably get a corporate job, save some money, and start a business. If you ask me what business, I couldn't tell you. I would say real estate, just because the name sounded fancy, but not because I knew something about it. So that's just the little hope that's just the little fire that I need, because I had the fuel in me. But if you throw fuel and there is no fire, you're just wasting the fuel, right? So the $4,000, that was the fire that I needed to be able to just give myself into something. I'm like, okay, if I learn this thing and I can bring this guy X amount of money, I could do it for somebody else, and I could be the self-employed, right? And at the time I told you, I was doing interviews for like Fortune 500 companies. But when I was thinking of starting salary, it was not a 6-figure salary. Entry level, I was looking at 80K or whatever. But in my head, it's like,
I said if 80.
If that, and so in my head it was just like, he just made $4,000 in a couple hours, right? I'm sure we can repeat that. Not succeeding was not an idea, because in my head it's just like anything that I put my head into, I'm sure I could make it happen. So I was just like, you know what? I had a job where I did really, really well, working 8 hours, and I would like make my boss richer and richer. So if I dedicate 8 hours in educating myself, I'm sure that I could reach some milestone that the sky is the limit. You know what I'm saying?
And how, let's say, so when it comes to me, like I have ADHD, so I'll like start something and then I'll go work and do something else. And then I'll like forget that I had to go back to YouTube and study or something. You know what I'm saying? So did you change your environment? Did you lock yourself in the closet with your computer and just like, hey, I'm doing this for 8 hours today, no matter what? Like, for somebody like me or Miles, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would you help us make sure that we did that? I know honestly, there has to be the want though.
Honestly, I won't take credit on the discipline. Before we went live, when we were off, I told you about your discipline to keep your body in shape, right? Because it matters to you, right? I met this guy, and he just said that every Sunday we used to be at WTR. I said, okay, Brandon, if you don't put your T-shirt, I'm leaving. So it's just so like it's flagrant. Like this guy has an 8-pack. I have a dad belly.
That's when I was real savage.
I have a dad belly. So it's like if you have the discipline to keep, and I told you I went to your Instagram. And
said all the way back to 2012.
Yeah.
This dude had a 6-pack in 2012. We're in 2025. That's 13 years later. And he still have a 6-pack. That means that discipline is not your problem. You just need to want it bad enough to dedicate yourself to it. You don't want to look fat like me. So you go to the gym. You go to the gym, right? So it's like you wanted to do this podcast, and today is been over a year that you're doing that every week.
Week 55, yeah.
You have ADHD or whatever you call that.
Yeah.
It's not stopping you for doing an episode every week. So you just
that's why that does also equate to the team you put around you as well. Right, yeah. That's why I gotta have Cleon around me, keep me accountable too.
Exactly, and I had the people that kept me accountable. One of the main things that me myself kept me accountable is one, I didn't want to ever have to work for someone for the rest of my life.
Have that freedom,
and this was the way out. I went to school for business administration. I had my degree in business administration. I did a minor in finance. With a couple of fake resumes, I was able to get a job at Royal Bank of Canada, which was a pretty good job.
That ChatGPT is
I didn't deserve because I had the fake
ChatGPT can
but it's like I knew I wouldn't be in the office, waking up, going to the office. So to me, this was the way out. It's either I will end up doing that, or I will end up being an Uber driver because there I don't have no boss. I would rather be an Uber driver than go into the office. So I was just like, okay, this is the way out. Go ahead and do it. And I just went all in. And to my advantage, it was COVID.
Yeah.
What else I had to do?
COVID worked like COVID. COVID. I tell everybody there's always a silver lining in everything bad that happens to you. And COVID definitely helped me because it was like when I was transitioning out of life insurance, and I felt like I tried everything I could, but it just like wasn't my thing at the time. Now, just like you said, COVID made everything go online. Oh, and that's also where me and Cleon met was through life insurance when we worked. I did that like 4.5 years. Now it's very easy because we had to drive in Tampa traffic and go in people's houses, and now you can do it's all online now. You don't have to go. You can do it all over the world from your laptop. But I was so burned out from that then the club happened, and then I started doing that like part-time as needed, whatever. And then COVID happened, and through COVID, the club closing and then opening back up allowed me to work more. And then they wanted to open another club, and that kind of fell through. And then the person who was the VIP manager at the time was going to go there. So then like, hey, we got to promote somebody. And then boom, I was there. So that all happened because of COVID.
Right.
So I was like, there always is like, you get lucky. Things will work out for you when they're supposed to work out for you. But you got to be willing to put the risk out there. 100%. And God's timing is going to work.
100%. 100%. You could have not said it better. I mean, COVID was a big turning point in my life because COVID, I made the craziest decision, but the payoff was insane.
Yeah.
I told you I moved to Tampa on a stimulus check, so I paid the first month rent.
Oh, crazy.
I paid the first month rent. I didn't know how I would pay the next month. I had an air mattress and the key of the apartment. And I was like, okay, I'm in Tampa. And then I told him, I was like, are you following me? He said, hell yeah.
Let's do it.
And he came, and it was just like this. Like every day passed, you say, oh my God, rent is doing 28 days. Rent is doing 27 days. Yeah. And we have to make it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, we had to do what we had to do. And when I saw that mixed emotion really was the eye opener that, okay, I probably found something that I could do for myself and that could help me generate a ton of money. And e-commerce was the way. At the time I met you, remember I was at your club promoting the shorts and everything. And
Yeah.
And mind you, that time was probably I mean, I won't compare that to now, but in the beginning stage, those short really helped Mixed Emotion turn into a 7-figure business. Those specific shorts that we're promoting on Tango and all of that. And once you're already like, you know that you are the one running ads for a business that's making 7-figure, you start asking yourself the right question. It's like, should I chase something else? Or did I really find what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah.
And then where did that turning point come for you? Because that leads right into, now we got 4 seasons, 4 seasons Paris, because you grew up in France. So like it all kind of, so how did that start, that idea, and what made you go all in with that now?
So, and again, we know we didn't went separate ways and we're not friends anymore. Ron is my buddy for life. He's my brother. But it was like, as Mixed Emotion was growing, I felt like there was not enough space for me no more, because it's just like we were entering the corporate stage of Mixed Emotion.
Yeah.
And it was turning into me becoming an employee of the company, like maybe the head of the marketing department. And that's not what I had in mind when I started Mixed Emotion. So the first thing that I did before creating 4 season, that was my birthday, Brandon. That was my birthday. We went to Tango that day. I remember like we had a bunch of 42s that night, and at the end of the night, I gave you my card, and the card declined, and I was just like really drunk, and Brenda was like, take him home first. Like, we're gonna worry about that this weekend, but take this dude home. And I don't know why they left me dry. Like, I couldn't even stand up, but like I drove and I got in a car accident that same night. My car got totaled. Coming out of Tangra on my birthday, and it was like, oh, shoot, how did that happen? And so in my head, I already wanted to do something outside of Mixed Emotion, running ads for Mixed Emotion. So I created, now it's so popular. Everybody have a course or a class or a Discord. But at the time, not a lot of people were doing that.
Yeah, everyone has a Discord now.
I thought to Ron that we could leverage the fact that we have an Instagram page with 80,000 followers. A lot of people know the brand because of Mikey Williams and all the celebrity that we have wearing the brand. So I need you to DM every little small brand that you see on the internet. Get me to be on a call, like on a Zoom call with them. And we will make some money. And they said, what you have in mind? I said, nothing scammy. We'll make some money the legit way.
No scam.
I will create a Discord page. We will help upcoming brand owner to establish the brand. They will pay a fee, like a membership fee, to be in the group chat. And then I'm sure we could make some pretty easy money out of it.
So you like made, I guess I don't want to say like a course guru, but you made a course to follow the blueprint of what you guys had already did when it comes to creating a
clothing brand. That's basically what we did. So like Ron started DMing a bunch of people, and he would DM them and say, hey, you got a call in 15 minutes. And I have to go ahead and change and get on a Zoom call and say, hey, I love your brand. I mean, I wouldn't DM you if I didn't think that your brand has the potential. I think that we can really take this brand to the next level. You can join our group chat. We have a marketing team. I was the marketing team. That will get to your website. They will clean, revamp the website to make it more convertible. And we will help you to set up a pixel, because the pixel is what helps Facebook catch the data and to show your product to the right people.
All right, so everybody listen, this is free game.
Yes, sir.
This is free game. This is already information that people have paid for. Explain, what is a pixel for Facebook?
So you guys heard about the term, the algorithm.
Yes.
So the algorithm know on your For You page right now. The reason that came on your For You page is because you have shown interest to that.
And you know what it is it's religious, good-looking women all on my TikTok For You page.
Brandon's trying to clean that up real quick.
They're all like clothed, but they're all talking about God, and they're all super attractive. I'm just like, what's going on here? Yeah. They're all talking about God too. Every single time I'm like, what? God? What? Oh no, it's just algorithm? What? Hold on.
Okay. So Facebook algorithm saw that Brandon has an interest in God, but not only in God, but in godly women that sometimes are half dressed, half naked, whatever the case.
Whatever they
They're
might
full.
be.
They're fully dressed. They're fully dressed.
Whatever the case may
And
be.
brunettes.
But so Facebook we live in a world where we sleep with our phone in our chest. Like when we wake up in the morning before even there's times that you wake up and you're laying right next to your girlfriend, but you check your phone before you check if she's alive. You know what I'm saying?
I hear her breathing,
you
man.
have Face ID, so it's like your Face ID say good morning to you before you say good morning to your own girlfriend. So, and Facebook know everything that you're doing. Facebook is in your DM. Facebook is in everything that you do. Facebook is there. So the algorithm know your interest. You might be talking about going to Cancun. Tomorrow you will see Airbnbs in Cancun.
That's so true, yeah.
So the algorithm knows all that. So once you create a Facebook pixel, once you go on my website, the pixel get your information. So now the pixel knows that, okay, Brandon, like
he browsed it.
Brandon browsed it. This is what Brandon looked like. And the pixel will show your product to look-alike audience. So people that have the same browsing habits that you have. And so the more your pixel is strong, the more Facebook can get you some money. Wow. So when people will come to our group, I will create a pixel because a lot of them was doing booster posts. That's not running ads. That's burning cash. So a lot of people that will come to the group, I will set up the pixel so that Facebook know the brand and Facebook convert, like print cash for them. And we will give them daily game on how to post, how to get celebrity to wear your clothes, how to create hype around the drop. So it was not like a course where you would come and you wouldn't get any value. Did I do it for the right reason? No, I did it because I wanted a new car.
Yeah. To make money. I mean, I'm sure any of the information, like that's just free game right there.
It was valuable to the point where we did that for, and funny enough, like when we wanted to do that, Ron was like, we're wasting our time and everything. But the first week of us onboarding people, we had to create 3 different group chat because we could only have 50 people in a group chat. So we created 3 different group chats. So that's 150 people.
150 brands.
150 brand owners, and they were paying $100 monthly to be in the group chat.
Yeah.
And we would just text all day, and we'll have weekly Zoom with them.
What's the math on that? That was
100 times 150.
That's pretty good. Pretty good monthly.
10 brand is $1,000.
It's not bad.
10 brand is $1,000.
So have you dabbled into the podcast promoting space yet? All right. So once you guys see the Real Deal podcast start to blow up, just know it wasn't all us. We got the brains behind the operation too.
And I feel like if I put my head into that, that's something that I can do. But more seriously, that's not something that I've considered. But just to go back to your question, is how did I get from running Facebook ads for Mixed Emotion to now having 4 seasons? It's like when we created the group chat, for me, was just a way to get some quick cash. To help you with the math, it was $15,000 the week that we launched it, right?
Not bad.
The week that we launched it, I don't know about not bad. I was very happy. I was dancing in my living room, and I was like, Ron, you know what? We agreed I would do 50-50. But then when the money came, I said, nah, you get $5,000, I get 10. Because I did. Ron used to have this joke where he said that, hey, if we walk in the street and we see like $5,000, what are you going to do with the 2,000 that you get? What do you mean the 2,000, the 2.5? So like I was making that joke, but when we started the brand and we did it the group chat, and we did it for 3 months, I was getting burnt out. Like we're doing Zoom every week and everything. Yeah,
it's a lot of work.
I was all over the place too. Like once you go to Tango on Sunday, you don't really want to be on a Zoom with someone on Monday morning.
No, absolutely not.
That's fair.
So it's like I just didn't want to do that anymore. I didn't find any interest in doing that. And more transparently, I felt like I didn't have no more value to provide. But then we stopped with the group chat, and then I have people that were in my chat. I saying that, hey, I was in the chat and I just hit my first 20K month. So I just had my first 30K months and everything. And that's some people that say, hey, do you do mentorship? Like, could you do like one-on-one mentorship with me? I'll pay. Because really, I felt like you helped me take my brand to places that I never thought I could. And then I was just like, okay, so I really know how to do this. So maybe it's time for me to go ahead and start my own clothing brand rather than just being focusing on
And
one
before you do
aspect.
that, real quick, I just want to plug. Are you offering mentorship when it comes to that space for e-commerce?
No, I am
Okay,
not.
I was gonna say, hey, plug it in now. You guys reach out to him, but
No,
all right.
I'm not doing that. I'm a dad, so I'm just I have enough in my bucket
Yeah,
right
all
now,
right.
you know. So, but I just thought that hey, maybe it's time for me to create my own clothing brand. So I was like, stop revamping things that I like about mixed emotion and things that I dislike about mixed emotion. And I said, okay, I will do this very special brand with material. Like I will go to Paris and have all my thing made in France. That would be haute couture, like creme de la creme type of things. And I started my brand. Very first drop, a flop.
You're like, maybe they don't know this. Hold up.
A flop, and I was just like, okay, so you wasn't special. Mikey Williams was. So how do you? What are you going to do to be? Because now at this point, I'm not as involved with mixed emotion. Thank goodness I do have a little bit of cash to keep living the way I was living. And then I'm like, I need to think about something that will help my brain take off. And I go to Ybor City one day with Tay, which is the guy that worked for Overtime. He's a monster with a camera. Like if you're in Tampa area, if he agrees to shoot a movie for you, it probably will be the best movie that no one ever should. Like he do all the documentary for Overtime. He just did one for Carmelo Anthony, son. He just did it. Yeah, and he live here in Tampa. He's like that's my guy. He's super dope with the camera. So he told me that hey, we need to just put some dope content out for you, and I'm sure that you will start printing because once you already have organic reach, now you put money, like you put ads to it, you will make more money. But ads without organic, you are just burning cash.
And at the beginning of Mixed Emotion, that was that
Mikey Williams
Mike was
the
that organic, and then you blew that up like times that
exactly because you already gave enough data to Facebook to know who your customer is. So me coming with a new brand, Facebook don't know who my customer is.
They don't know who to push you out to.
Yeah, I start running ads. I see some 60-year-olds golf cart lady that probably have no interest in streetwear. She's the one going to my Facebook page or going to my Instagram, and I'm like, okay, this is not my customer. Like, do I really know how to run ads? But no, I learned at that time that you really need that organic reach first, then you can 10x.
So is that why companies nowadays are so big on like getting influencers to promote their brand because it helps with the regular
organic
person?
aspect is 100%. Go on TikTok right now, you will see there was this trend on TikTok of a girl that was, I don't know why I said the gender, but she was saying demure, something about being very demure.
Yeah.
And you will go to her comment section, you will see Starbucks, you will see Coca-Cola, Nike, and all these big brands, and you would think that okay, influencer marketing or TikTok promoting or organic videos is just for upcoming brands, but no, social media is dominating the marketing sphere right now. So if you want to be relevant, you want to be doing what the Gen Z are doing because they are the one that lead in terms of trends.
Yep.
So everybody is leading into social media. You need that organic reach.
6-7 is a thing. It doesn't mean anything from what I've learned.
It's like from a song, I think.
Well, people are talking about it's from Lil Wayne's song from when we grew up. 6 foot, 7 foot.
No, it is not.
Who even knows? But it's a thing. It's even got a celebration. So that's what it is, and it means nothing, but it's popular.
I don't know.
Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative.
When was the last time? Do you even know what ads they play on television?
I know.
Nobody watches.
I know on Red Zone they put
Wingstop
on Red Zone every Sunday. I know that,
and that makes sense.
If
you're watching football and Sunday, you see the thing,
yeah.
and okay, let me get some wings. But if mixed emotion of 4th season on television.
Yeah, you don't really see
it's noise because nobody is interested in that.
You see content relative to what you watch and what you search.
Exactly. So now even Nike, because they have they have billions of dollars that they spend in marketing, so they can still play with putting content like running ads on television and radio. But for smaller brand, it doesn't make any sense. People are on TikTok more than they watch TV. And when someone turn on the TV, it's to go to Netflix, not to really go to watch the cable.
Times have changed. It's kind of crazy.
It is. So it's like everybody you need some type of organic reach, even if you have marketing budget.
So did that video who took it, Trey?
My boy Tay. So that video, but
did it go viral or?
Let me go ahead and brag a little bit because that was a genius idea that we did. So we were going to Ebo just to do a normal video. Then I see this homeless, this person that happened to be homeless. He was sitting like, there's Tangra, there's a 7-Eleven in Ebo. He was sitting down in front of 7-Eleven, and I was like, this guy is kind of smooth. Like, no hope. I mean, but this guy is kind of smooth. And I tend to say, hey, if you're down, I want to do a video, like a photo shoot with him. They say, you serious? I say, yeah. So I go and talk to him, but as I'm talking to him, Tay is already recording, and I don't know that. So when Tay is recording, we do the video with the guy with the pictures and everything. And then Tay sent me a video saying that, hey, we saw this guy in the street that happened to be homeless. We decided to do a photo shoot with him, and this is how it came out. The pictures was fire. Like the dude was Brandon looking. That's my way of saying good looking. It was Brandon looking. And I go to sleep, and I wake up in the morning, and I made $7,000.
Wow.
Without running any ad. And I'm like, who's pranking me right now? Then I go on TikTok. The video is at 1 million views.
Wow.
Overnight. So this is how TikTok really gave me that organic reach. And from there, it was just so easy.
You already knew the ad part.
Yeah.
Once you get the organic
to 10x.
So that's free game. That's free game right there. You can't reach out to Dre for mentorship, but anybody starting a brand and trying to start a brand, that's a free game. Learn YouTube or you learn TikTok, Facebook ads on YouTube. Get your organic reach and then really take off. I never knew like that's how it worked, to be honest. I know like you get the algorithm and stuff, but I never paid for the ads. But you always see, especially like for us doing the podcast and stuff, it's like, how do we grow? How do we grow? What do we do? What do we do? Like, how do we figure out ways to monetize it? We've been doing it for over a year. What do we do? It's like, I don't know. We got organic reach. We just don't really know that next part. So once you guys see us take off, you'll know the brains behind it. I'm just gonna re-listen to this episode about 12 times and then get up in there. So that's crazy. That was a turning point. And now, like, where is the brand? It's been 2-3 years since the brand started.
I started 2022. Okay, for first couple months, honestly, I wasn't really investing much. But then from that day, which was in February of 2023, it just took off. Like I just received that the other day, like a Shopify, which is the platform that I use to host my website.
Shopify,
they send me this little card because I have 100,000 order. So they send you, it's just like YouTube send you the plaque.
Send you the plaque.
Then, they send me a little thing that I had
that you can like hang up or something.
Yeah, so I had more than $100,000 with my brand. We doing well of over 7 figures. So safe to say that's doing pretty good.
Right.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty good brand.
I'd probably say so too.
I would say pretty good brand, and it started with an idea. Where do you get the? Obviously, we know where you get Paris from. 4 Seasons. Where was your total? Like, what came? How'd you get that name?
So you want to know what's funny? The thing is just like I felt like every time, like we don't have 4 Seasons in Florida.
Florida, unfortunately.
I grew up in France, but we do have all the 4 seasons, and every season tell you something, like comes with something, right? If you like the cold, then it's good for you, and I just feel like I wanted to stay with the concept of mixed emotion without using the word mixed emotions. I was like, what can translate to mixed emotion without me stealing the name mixed emotion.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I feel like Four Seasons was kind of the same.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let a bad season stretch into a lifetime,
Yeah.
it could be the winter now, and the
Yeah.
the next season will be brighter. It will be
Mm-hmm.
the summer is right around the corner, so you just keep pushing. Don't let
Yeah.
one season stretch into a lifetime, and I just went with that name. I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
I
cool.
do like that name too. Every season is temporary, whether it's good or it's bad.
Right.
So
And again, and there was a little marketing aspect to that because there's a Four Season hotel. So I feel like just off of the name Four
the
Season,
name, if someone searched
people
it,
like familiarity. So when someone see the name Four Season, if they might be thinking that they're following the Four Season hotel in Paris.
free game again,
But
guys. Free game.
It's kind of like with like Gucci, right? Because with the brand Gucci had nothing to do with Gucci Man, but obviously what it did in the culture, obviously all the rappers now wear Gucci because of the association with that.
Yeah, that's really what it is, and that's what I did. There's even a brand I think that Supreme kind of like sued them a couple years back. They did like a brand name Supreme, just like Supreme, but they did a little different logo and everything. It was going on for a while, but people really, really like what they're familiar to. So if you can use a name that rings a bell, you're already winning.
Right.
That's crazy. All right, we're charging you guys for this episode. Hey, just go ahead and shoot us a DM, and I'll tell you how to Zell us.
Yeah, the funny thing about the Four Seasons brand is because before I met you, it was one of the things I did see the ads for it on TikTok. I'm just not a fashion guy, you know what I'm saying? And obviously doing music and stuff like that, I'm like, maybe I should get into this stuff, but I'm like, I don't go nowhere anyway. So you know what I'm saying? But seeing that and then obviously meeting you, and I'm like, that is just crazy kind of how those things happen.
At the club, you asked me, you work for Four Seasons and everything?
Because I saw you on the ad.
You work there?
I was like, this guy looks very familiar to me.
You work at Four Seasons?
I was like, yeah, I do.
I work there.
My happiest moment with the brand was, thank goodness now I can get my mom to travel. And my mom came to, because I have a daughter now, she came to see her granddaughter.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we went to Miami, and like my auntie, which is like my mom too, she has a twin sister. She came too, and we took them to Miami. I took them to Miami, and we were walking around in Miami. And when I tell you, every 5 minutes, I would see someone like pass with my brand. And
that's sick. And
me, I already enjoyed that feeling before, so it's like it still makes me smile. But it was just my mom. Oh my God, that's Four Seasons. That's Four Seasons.
And then like the joy your mom got.
And my mama said, they don't know you. I said, no. Oh my God, just taking pictures of like random people and like just seeing how happy she was. And I was like,
that is sick.
That good.
You see it more with like mixed emotions in Tampa, but obviously we talked about that too when it comes to like the wholesale marketing that.
No, till this day, every time I see someone with mixed emotion, it's a special feeling. Yeah. And at Tengra, it's just everybody wearing mixed emotion.
Yeah. I think about all three of you guys, and the back in the day, 2021, you guys bringing me the merch and just we wearing it and rocking it, and then I just see like so many people with it now. I'm like, that's crazy how big that brand and Four Seasons is.
No, I mean, especially like you really did see the early stage of mixed emotion, and just seeing where it's at right now. Even though I'm not as involved as I used to, it still makes me feel good that Ron was able to take mixed emotion to that. That.
And him. Well, obviously the three of you guys working together, it obviously takes the idea, but then it takes that one person willing to risk it. His risk helped propel all of you guys' lives to where it is now, which is insane when you think about that.
I'm not ashamed to say that if I'm able to have some kind of comfort right now, is because he inspired me with the risk that he took. Because he told me about taking a student loan. I told him, dude, you lost your mind.
Right. Going more debt.
You're gonna go in debt to create a brand that we might end up being the only one wearing. But he said, hey, F it, I'm gonna do it. And he did it. And today I live off of forces, and that's my main source of income, my only source of income.
That's sick.
And
that's awesome, man.
It's just because he was able to do that and inspire me to do that. And I'm just thankful that one of us had the courage to go ahead and try.
Literally. So what's your tips for somebody listening that like maybe is like me or Miles, we have that idea, right? But we haven't acted on it. What advice would you give somebody that wants to start a brand or wants to be an entrepreneur, but they just have an idea, they haven't put any action towards it?
I mean, it's really a conversation to have, because I'm not a business guru. I'm still learning as I go. But a lot of the time, whether it's friends or family, when they want to start something, whenever I have a conversation with them, there's different blocks that, I'll have a conversation with Brendan, and he will say that I just don't have the capital to invest. But nobody invests in an idea. People invest in a business, not an idea. So if I start selling T-shirt and I say, hey, can you invest in my T-shirt business? You say, okay, Shark Tank, how much you make with this business?
Yeah.
So we see where we can take this business. But a lot of people think that I will come with an idea and people will invest in my idea
and do the work for you.
Yeah, that doesn't work that way. So if what's stopping you is you think that you don't have the capital, you don't want to do it enough. And honestly, find something that you will really enjoy doing. That way, you putting like hours, putting work and pain doesn't really feel like pain because it's enjoyable. I really enjoy. I mean, you know that I love fashion. Like I'm spending some money on clothes. So
you guys don't see his Louis Vuitton slides
I
on.
do,
You see
like,
his Gucci hat. He loves it.
I do spend money on clothes.
And he had Imagination Louis Vuitton
okay, stop
cologne
pleasing.
on.
And
I'm a big sense guy, so I was like, I know when I smell something and it's expensive. I'm like, this baccarat. They're like, how'd you know? I'm like, man, I just got this weird thing with scents.
Nothing beat the jet to holiday. But no, yeah. So it's just like, honestly, you just gotta keep doing it, and just gotta have a mindset of what is there to lose, because you're never losing time working on something that could change your life.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
you
like,
enjoy it too.
Yeah, it's like, what is there to lose? Like me, when I started for a season, quite honestly, with $3,000, and I could have started it with less. Because if I went to China instead of Paris, I could have started it with $1,000.
Yeah.
And I have some people from my class that started with $100. Well, they started with what they invested in the class, because we taught them how to do it pre-order. Pre-order strategy, where it's like you start with no inventory.
Wow.
And I have there's this brand, I'm not going to list him because he think he's all big right now. But he's in Atlanta making well over six figure, and he started with no money. The only money he put into his brand was the $100 he paid for the call. I mean, for the group chat.
And these were all clothing brands?
All clothing brands. And
that's crazy.
And people are creating clothing brands every single day. It's recession proof. Nobody is working naked unless they lost their mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's recession proof. You can start a clothing brand right now. And we live in a world where Four Seasons could compete with Gucci, even though it's not the same clientele, because we are all on the internet. The internet gives us all the space to shine, as opposed to back then where you have to be on television or on the radio. Now the internet have a space for everyone to go ahead and show what they got.
Yeah, that is true. So after the brand is created, who's in charge of like your graphic design? Did you hire somebody onto that, or did you kind of just like, hey, I know you said you took what you like and what you didn't like from the previous brand. Is that all you did, or do you have like another graphic designer that
No, I had a graphic designer. Right now, my graphic designer, his name is ChatGPT. But back then,
might have heard of him.
But back then, when I started, I had a graphic designer that was in India, like really, really good with graphic designer. The label was pretty affordable because of when you convert the currency, and Virgil Abloh said that you don't create anything. Like, he has a rule that I can quote it exactly how it is, but
like there's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, so you take something that you like, you recreate a version of it, and you add your personal touch. So I never sat there and said that, oh, I need to create this air conditioned jacket or this and that. No, I'll go ahead, go in my closet, see two designs that I like, put them together, send it to the graphic designer, and I say, bring my idea to life. and he would do it. Now it's even easier.
Yeah.
Because you could literally tell ChatGPT that this is what I want to do, and ChatGPT do that for you. I just this morning I just did a design. I don't know if it will show, but I did that off of ChatGPT, and Lord knows how much money I will make off of that design. So this jacket right here is ChatGPT that did that.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's all. Yeah, we're not going to show you the design, but make sure you guys check out Four Seasons Pairs on Instagram. What is it under Four Seasons?
4season_Paris.
4seasons_Paris on Instagram to see this jacket because it's sick. I'm probably going to get one for free since Dre's my dog. But see this jacket when it drops. That is sick. And all right, there's more free game for you guys. That's crazy.
But yeah, so now I'm just using ChatGPT to do my design. Sometime I will contact my designer. I learn with time. I learn myself how to design on the iPad. So from time, because now that's the only thing I do. I design and I run the ads. I don't do the orders. Sometimes I do the photo shoot, but most of the time, Chris that I met at Tango too.
Yeah.
He's the one that's my model for most of my stuff. So from time to time, I will model just because. But designing and running the ads is the only thing that I do. I don't do the fulfillment. But yeah.
That's it. Cleon, you've been quiet over there. What you got?
Yeah, I've just been listening, man. You know, I'm just here. Part of the business.
You got any other questions? That's a lot of free game right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would talk to you all day about this stuff. But,
I don't want to give too much free game to you.
I'm a gemologist. I got the gems.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the problem is like I'm sure somebody that ends up listening to it, and not that we have so many. I mean, the shorts get a lot more views, but the full episodes maybe about 10 a week, which isn't bad. It's all like organic. Yeah. I'm sure someone's going to listen and be like, hey, I had this idea and I want to reach out to you for some mentorship. But sorry, guys, he doesn't. So you just have to keep listening to this episode.
And honestly, I really wanted to be on the podcast, not because I've watched the full episode, but just off of the small shorts that I watch. And I'm like, okay. Is it Brandon saying some stuff like that? Like,
we try.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. So I feel like, hey, 10 views. Just imagine, like, I'm sure you saw that meme, but somebody will complain about 100 views, but imagine 10 people.
10 people in this room.
In this room is like, oh my
would be like it's too many.
Yeah, there's no air conditioning here.
Yeah, get out of here.
And it's just like when I got my first sale, like when I dropped my brand, my first design, I had a bunch of sales from friends and family. But I will never forget when I have my first, it was one sale. Shopify is like making like coins noise when you receive an order. And I heard it and I look at the name and I'm like, that's a stranger that just purchased my clothes.
Yeah.
That feeling, like, once I reached 6-figure or 7-figure, I didn't have the same feeling as that first. The feeling I had when I had that first order, it was just insane. So don't belittle the fact that 10 people are religiously watching your videos, because that's 10 people that do it because they enjoy what you do, not because they know you. From the people that know you usually don't even tap in.
Yeah, no, I'm excited and grateful for everybody that tunes in. And then we started to do like a new format on TikTok, and then I'm like, because I was talking to Cleon, I'm like, hey, like we don't get like too much engagement. He's like, well, maybe we start doing this, and we just like basically talk about what we talked about, right? We ask a question on TikTok, and then lo and behold, like, it could be a simple question as like, is a coffee date acceptable for a first date with somebody that you don't know? And then
it's like 6,000 views suddenly on this video.
Yeah, and that's like 900 comments.
In marketing, not that I know about videos, but there's 4 emotions. Right, there are 4 emotions, right? And out of the 4 emotions, 3 are negative. So we have joy, anger, fear, and I forgot the other one, but it's also negative.
Depression?
No, it's a little more generic than that. But out of the 4 emotions, 3 of the emotions are negative. The only good emotion is joy, and that's the emotion we feel very rarely. So a lot of our brain is conditioned to negativity. So it's like you said, you can say some very, very good stuff. But just because as soon as I start your video, you are saying, love is a beautiful thing, I'm scrolling. But if I come to your video and the first thing that you say is like, no stereotype, but Latina are the most toxic.
Yeah, I might say that next time. I still love them.
They're going to pause, put the AirPod, turn the volume up because they want to know what you have to say because they want to say something negative in the comment.
Yeah.
People just want to rebuttal.
Yeah.
So I feel like even when you go on YouTube and you look at the never put $1 in the stock market, they will tell you why, but just the title is negative because that's our brain is just conditioned to embrace negativity.
Yeah.
So maybe make all of our titles negative.
That's people call that the Andrew Tate method. Right?
Yeah. That is true. So I think apparently, what I talk about sometimes is pretty negative when it comes to relationships. At least that's just what that my ex fling thing told me. She's like, yeah, your episode was mean. I was like, I literally told you it was about you. I'm like, it really wasn't that mean, but whatever. If you listen to it, and then
Brandon really sound like a heartbroken man.
Well, you see, Brandon is heartbroken. You see the hat says lover boy, though.
That's a good thing.
And then the other one when I was talking about a date is like, why are you talking about me? I'm like, I literally do this. Like, this is what I do. I talk about relationships on here all the time. Because you listen.
Yeah, bottom line is nobody's off limits, man. If you're listening to this,
your name will never be with Brandon.
Yeah, we're never going to say your name, but like, if we were part of the story, I feel like we should be able to tell it.
But not to dive too deep into your business, but why are you guys talking about what you guys are talking about? Like, if she's
relationship?
Your ex, but if she's your ex, why do you have a debrief with her after your podcast? Like,
oh no,
yeah, Brandon.
I don't know.
Go ahead, Brandon.
So it's kind of a long story. Each step is almost talked about on the podcast, but it was I was basically coming to get some stuff that I bought for her, and it was a whole conversation of like,
you asked her to give you back what you got her.
Come pick up your clothes on Kalani sort of thing,
Only because I had to go get my firearm, right? I had to go get my firearm, and then as I was getting my firearm, I'm expecting her to. She wants to hand it to me so we can have a conversation, right?
That's what Brandon was hoping for. We had a whole conversation about that.
So you wasn't going to get your firearm. You were going to get some closure.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, right? But then she's like, no, let me know when you're close. I'll put it outside the door. So it was like whole conversation, like, oh, you don't want to have a conversation? No, I think it's best. All right, you know what? Then I got petty. I was like, just leave everything, put everything outside that I ever bought you. Or everything I bought you for your birthday, just put it all outside. Yeah. So that's kind of how that conversation happened. Yeah. And then when we were chatting, and I'm like, she was like asking about like the podcast episode where I was like talking about her. I'm like, yeah, I didn't say anything bad. I'm like, yo, this one's also about you too if you want to listen to it. And then she listened to it and it's like just got more mad. I'm like, it wasn't even that bad.
Next time you guys having an episode about emotional intelligence,
put on mixed emotion.
I want to be here because that was not very emotional intelligent.
I do say that. I did say that. It was a very emotional response, not emotional intelligent response. And since we are moving to that.
By the way, I tried to talk him out of it before he did it. I just want to be clear on that. But
yeah, I'm at the end of the day, I am a human being. Not all of my decisions are going to be emotionally intelligent. They will. Some decisions I make will be emotional. I'm like, that I probably could have not said that, but do you know the way things unfolded and ended? Yeah, I was like,
see, that's something.
Petty.
Although you are my dog and I love you to death, that's something that I really disagree with. It's like, once you take accountability, just take accountability. Don't take accountability and explain that. Because I hate this statement. I'm a human being. I'll make mistakes. Cool. Be that human being. I try not to make mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you say that I'm a human being, I will make mistake, you put yourself in a position to be okay
with
the fact that
mistakes.
you will F up.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. It was a emotional response, that's for sure. But I tell you off camera like the full story of everything. But it was an emotional response. 100%. I do take full accountability for that. And we learn from it.
That's what's important.
But when that conversation happened again, an emotional response didn't proceed. No response proceeded. So it's like, all right, I am taking accountability now. Whatever was said was said, and I move on from there.
Right.
Before we get off here, since we've been going for a little bit over an hour now.
Oh wow.
I know. It was a lot of free game. It was a lot of free game, a lot of good information. When it comes to the dating culture in Tampa, and we talk about this all the time with guys who are like very
insane.
Yeah, literally. It's just like emotionally unintelligent. All their actions are done very emotional rather than logical. What are your thoughts on the current dating culture in Tampa? I mean, you've been here now 5 years, right? So like what are your thoughts? I know you're not at the clubs anymore, but like when you were versus now, like what's your thought process on that?
Yeah, I think it would feel very wrong for me to just like generalize what the dating scene in Tampa is and just talking about the dating scene in the nightlife. Because there's a life in Tampa outside of the nightlife.
Yeah, that is
now,
true
when
too.
it comes to the nightlife in Tampa, especially from my perspective, I think that it's very calculated and lustful. When I was out in the club and everything, I don't think that I can tell you there's one person that I deeply connected with into a sense of like, okay, this is somebody that I can see my life with.
Right.
It was more about to make my section look good. I like her. I like her surgery. You know,
Yep.
I will see her. I mean, I hope to see her in my bed. But a lot of the time, I mean, I had some conversation with some people out there, and they were not. We couldn't see life the same way, and I feel like, and again, I'm only talking about nightlife, right? People that females are pretty interested. It's easier for you to talk to someone because you're VIP manager at one of the hottest club, if not the hottest club in Tampa. So with that same girl, if you guys met at the gym and you were the regular Joe, will she show any kind of interest? So I feel like in terms
I
of
wouldn't have as much of an
exactly,
advantage.
and in terms of substance, like a girl that I see at a lot of the girls that I've seen at the club, they lack the substance that I need to see life with. And I'm not even being insulting, but I went on a date with a girl. We went to that's a long time ago.
Long time ago. long time ago.
Disclaimer. But I went on a date with a girl, and we went to what's that rooftop on in Amateur?
Ember.
Yeah. And we're having a drink or whatnot, and she asked me what kind of car I drive, and I'm like, you didn't ask me what I like to do as a hobby. You don't like ask me. You don't even know what I do for a living, but you ask me what kind of car I drive. That just showed a lack of substance. And I said, I drive a Kia. She's like, you be at the club every day and you drive a Kia, and I'm like,
that was her response to it.
And I'm like, you're very stupid. You are very.
You're not even hiding it.
You are very dumb and intelligent. But I've met someone in Tampa that I'm seeing life with, and I'm like, and it's like, I could have had a stereotype when it comes to Tampa girl if I just limited myself to the same girls that you see every weekend at the club,
right?
And it's even difficult for me to talk about them because I'm kind of I'm not attracted to what I see too much. And
it's like that lack of
especially I like what is exclusive. And I feel like the nightlife in Tampa is so small. Even in city like Miami that's pretty big, it's easy for Miami to become small once you're in the nightlife. Now in Tampa it's even smaller. So it's like it's the same person that you see with different groups and everything. And I don't find it attractive. So I didn't even get to dig any deeper than the surface level. I see you at the club every time. No, thank you.
That's why I stay away. Knock on wood, I keep doing that. But I think about going back every day.
And the thing is, like now that I have a daughter, I actually feel bad for when I see some girl. Like it's like me 5 years ago. Once I see you on that pole at the club, I'm like, oof.
Yeah.
And now when I see like a girl at the pole and like wasted or like over drinking, I just think about my daughter, man.
Yeah, you're like, that's somebody's daughter. I remember I used to say that all the time, like, yo, that's somebody's daughter.
I'm just like, oh man, like this is a shame. This is a shame. But every like it's very rare, but sometimes you will see some girls out there that stand out. And those are the one that you'll be searching for. Everything that glitter is not gold. And there's a lot of glittery girl out here in Tampa with no substance. No substance. And I believe in a concept of, I don't believe in a concept of being out of the league, like you're out of my league. Because if you really want to think about it, a girl with a regular 9 to 5 would think that somebody that earned more money than them is out of the league because they have this NFL player that is talking to them. And this is just an insane thing to me.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Just an insane thing
with
to
that
me.
concept.
And now the expectation of, oh, there's some girls that will tell that, oh, I have very humble expectation. I just want someone to have his life together. But having your life together in 2025 is not the same thing as having your life together in 2012. Being rich into, like, when I was growing up, my neighbor that had a brand new truck, they're rich. Right? Now, if I ask my nephew what is rich, he's gonna say private jet. The baseline right now is just crazy, so crazy that even when someone quote unquote have humble expectation, it's kind of hard to meet those expectations. Even when you make those expectations, it's kind of annoying that they expect that much.
Well, social media gives you, what you like, it starts to spit that out into your algorithm.
Listen, Brandon, so when you watch a movie, you know that it's not real. When you watch a TV show, you know that it's not real. Even Love Island is not real.
Yeah, 100%.
It's scripted.
Yeah, 100%.
But you get emotional, like you get mad. Oh my God, this is it. This, you know what I'm saying? But you know it's not real because just subconsciously you just kind of you are so tuned in that you feel like, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. Now, social media, a lot of the girls go on social media and they look at other people's relationship and they think that a relationship is supposed to be like that. When you just see 1%, if not even half of a percent of someone's whole relationship, and then the expectation is there. What you can provide is there. And all happiness is the difference between your situation and your expectation. So a lot of these girls work in relationship unhappy because the expectation is not even what it should be.
Because they see something they
just
think
make
is
it
real.
difficult to date. And that's not just in Tampa, that's in America in general.
Yeah. But I think people have an issue with concepts just in general, understanding that kind of for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So whatever you see, there's a complete opposite to that in that same situation, in that same dynamic. And although obviously we all have preferences of what we want, right? We all come into dating. I want this, this, and this, as unrealistic or realistic as those things may be. But I think this culture has gotten into this thing where obviously when we see it, that's exactly what we want, and it can't be anything except that. When in reality, when you actually meet people in real life, like when I talk to people about relationships and they have these unrealistic expectations, I'm like, I meet women in real life and let me tell you how they actually are. Because it's clear we don't really understand that. Because it's like the young girls are watching all these fairy tales while all the young guys are watching all these porn stars walking around with these guys and things. I'm like, y'all have no idea what this actually looks like. Go talk to somebody and have an actual conversation. And it'll kind of expand what that looks like. You have a conversation with people out there today. Once you kind of get into that thing, you understand that people, like you said, go through their own emotions every single day. They have their own challenge every single day. Not everybody is rich. The amount of money that takes to date right now in Tampa is, well, the perception of how much money it takes to date in Tampa right now is astronomical. Everybody wants everybody to make 6 figures here, which it is tough to live a good life. It was sub that, but at the end of the day, regular people make what's the median income in America right now? Like $50K on average. People are decent with that. Like, so I don't know. It's one of those things to where the more you get into it, you understand, you gravitate toward understanding that there's going to be a regular life and there's going to be a fairy tale. You got to find a medium between those things if you feel like you ever want to be actually happy, or you'll spend your life chasing this thing that you decided that you wanted with no actual concept of how it actually gets there.
No, I agree. I couldn't agree more. You killed it, man.
Amen. That's what I mean, I was in one of those highlight reel social media relationships, doesn't show everything. So
that's why I don't take pictures, man. That's why you don't ever see.
So social media shows you, they show you what you want to see. So that's
honestly, and even me, like especially when I came to Tampa and when I started doing a little better financially, I got lost. Like I lost myself in like, instead of using money as a tool to have a better life, I just use money as a joystick to evaluate my social status.
It's part of the
And
growing
then,
pains of it, right?
and you know, I was playing the wrong game, as you said, but I felt like people just gotta stay true to themselves and lower their expectation. It's just think about what makes you happy,
Yeah.
not what makes you look happy or what makes you look fancy. Because people are more focused, especially girls. Like I'm not trying to stereotype them, but they are so focused on how they look, like
that's
what looks good.
we were talking about that a little bit last week, like lack of self-esteem, and then the girl going home with a guy where she went on a date with him and they didn't even have a good conversation. It was like, and I was like, what? It was like, why
Dre,
are we?
Hold on, wait, Dre. So what happened on this date, right?
Like, why are we doing that?
So she met this young man. I don't know. I forgot how they met, but basically, they went out for a sports bar for a date. He got there early, forgot his wallet. They didn't have a conversation. Only ordered a drink. Didn't order any food. Had bad conversation, and somehow, some way, she still allows him in her home later. Oh, they also burned a CD together, apparently. And I was like, oh, so did they talk about music? She was like, no. I'm like, I don't even understand what's happening here.
So why did she let him?
Hey, man, you got the same question we got. we all have the same question.
It just goes to the fact of like a lot of women like they do have low self-esteem, and then they try to glamour up and do all that to do that, and then they'll be like, no, it's to impress my friends or myself. But it's like, no, like it's okay to have self-esteem issues. A lot of people do, but you got to be aware of it to fix it.
And men too. I was.
Yeah.
I did. At some point, I had a lot of low self-esteem without even knowing. But I would do some things that is not me.
Yeah.
Just because I felt like I would fit in. Imagine here, like I was talking to a girl here in Tampa, and I just wanted some Domino's pizza, and she thought it was just so gross that I eat Domino's. And then I try to convince myself that I don't like Domino's. I need to get my pizza from Forbici. Just because like I felt like, okay, it's actually gross to eat Domino's. I can't broke. If I eat Domino's, I'm broke. I need to get my pizza.
It means I'm broke. No, I still
eat
McDonald's.
From Forbici. You know, that's what I started thinking. But then I'm like, I'm me. I love Domino's. I love the breadstick from Olive Garden. I don't have to go to eat somewhere because it makes it look like I have money. The money I make is to have a better life.
Yeah.
It's not to look like I'm well off or to look rich. And these girls will make you even change, like be the person that you are not. That's also a sign of low self-esteem.
I did that before. Yep. It is. I
think
had to figure out what the problem was, and it's like, oh wait, it's like self-esteem. Stop conforming to what these girls are telling you. It's like
Yeah, I think those are the phases that we go through, especially as young men, as we grow in our financial statuses, obviously, because that's one of the main things that we focus on. You know, we want to tend to gravitate toward the lives that we want, maybe even if it's a little bit too early. We want to, we get a couple bands in the account. All right, you know what I'm saying? Let me go, and then you understand as you kind of get into that, you get into a habit that you're like, I really don't need to be doing this like that. But it's one of those phases that you might have to go through to understand that it's not really that necessary. Because who are you proving yourself to? Like I tell people all the time, girls liked us before we had any money. They're gonna like us after. I promise. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to do all of this.
No, right. And one time, like I wanted to go ahead and like get a car, like get like a nice G-Wagon or something like that, and one of my uncle told me like, why do you want to get a G-Wagon? I said, it looks good. I will look good on it. I said, there's nowhere that you go where you will go inside with your G-Wagon. It will be parked outside. I said, I feel like I'll get more respect at the valet or stuff like that. He said, when the valet guy look at you, he don't say, oh man, I want to be like that man. He said, oh man, I will look good in that G-Wagon. So you're doing things to impress other people, but everybody is worried about themselves and how they look, that nobody is actually looking at you. So just do what makes you happy. and I promise you that car will not make you any happy.
Yeah.
And I had to sit on it and be like, do I really want a G-Wagon?
Yeah.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be a billionaire. I
Mm-hmm.
personally, you guys maybe want to. I don't want to be a billionaire. I just want to be wealthy. Like, I just want to have a normal life. The girlfriend that loves me, as long as she doesn't want us to have a dog, because I don't want a dog. Just a regular life. And me, my definition of wealth, my definition of happiness is family and financial security.
Right.
I don't want to be known as the biggest brand owner ever. I feel like where my business is right now, I'll be happy if I get more growth. I could live without any more growth because I feel like my financial needs are covered. I don't invest in the stock market. Actually, I think that I oversaved because my mom told me that if you have in a saving account 12 months of living expenses, you don't need to save no more. You need to invest. That's like, I don't want to invest on anything.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's how you. I guess the next thing you start looking up is like EFTs and all that on YouTube, and then you'll start to be like, oh, okay, let's do all that, and then just let me know what you learn.
I don't want to do that. I'm
the
so
idea guy.
contained and so happy with life right now.
Yeah,
right.
But it's also on your own speed.
And Tampa changed my perspective in so many aspects. Because again, being in Tampa, being in an environment, going to the club, and sometimes with the help of Brandon, sitting with people that were millionaire, and I was barely making six figures.
Yeah.
Buying bottle and they buy bottle, and because of Brandon getting special treatment, and it was like, okay, I could do better. Like these people, we go to the same places, we do the same thing, but in the meantime, I didn't want to do better because I wanted to have a better life. I wanted to do better because I wanted for people to look at me the way they look at them, and that was the wrong motivation. I felt like I moved to the downtown apartment too soon. I should have waited a little bit. I got the car too soon.
Yeah.
I got the Rolex too soon. Like I did so many things too soon because I just wanted to fit in.
Yeah.
It is to temper can be very toxic.
Yeah.
And the challenge here is to stick to yourself. Like stay true to yourself. That's the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
Don't let people flashy people like Brandon. Don't let flashy people like Brandon, you know.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing, because you mentioned like when you go and do that, you're doing it because you want to look a certain way to other people, and one of the things that I think we all got to realize is that not as many people is paying attention to us as we think. Like, because we drive in the car, obviously, like driving down the road, like, you know, we see Lamborghinis, we see Ferraris, it is what it is, but you see it for 2 seconds and then you just drive the rest of your way.
And I promise you never saw a Ferrari and you said, that man is so cool.
Yeah, I never.
You say that
the windows are tinted. I don't know.
Sometimes you say that car is,
Sometimes you say that if I had this Ferrari, I will wrap it pink or I will wrap it gold. But you never talk about the person that's in the Ferrari, because everybody is focused about their own aspiration.
Right.
So you gotta stop. Like I had to learn it the hard way, because funny enough, the club got me a little broke at some point.
Yeah. Oh, amen. Amen.
Amen. The club got me a little broke. I feel like we've been.
But why? Let's talk about that. Why do broke people love the club?
I don't know. I didn't go to the club as a broke person. I was doing pretty well, but the club got me broke. Okay. And the club helped me bounce back, because I had a little settlement.
Yeah. I do remember that.
I had a little
not with
settlement.
us, not with our club guys, not with us, with somebody else. But yeah. I do remember that. So yeah,
I had a little settlement.
But why broke people love the club is because it's an escape from their life.
It's endless possibilities, man.
And it's something that they can go be at. Sometimes not, if they're not buying bottles, they don't spend too much money, and they have same opportunity as everybody else in that club to get to sleep with girls and forget about how much they don't like their life.
Yeah.
And that's what I used to do. That's why I know from experience.
I mean, Brandon can tell you. I used to go to the club from Thursday to Sunday.
Crazy.
Oh yeah.
And
from
Thursday to Sunday, and I don't be just with everybody. I'll be in the section and spending money and everything. And then I downloaded this app called Dave. Dave tell you what you spend the most money on. 'Cause I go to this church called Radiant Church, you know, like
Radiant. I hear a lot of things about. I've been seeing a lot about Radiant Church on TikTok nowadays.
Yeah, Radiant Church. They're right.
They're right. I mean, they have one here.
I just someone on TikTok live wanted to see everybody else because they're just looking at me. But Radiant Church.
No, yeah. So the pastor, like I was watching live from home,
right?
And the pastor there said that open your bank account right now, download this app called Dave, and it will tell you what you spend the most money on, and that if there's a place where you spend more than you are supposed to spend, that's the God that you need to stop worshiping. Do I really want to go on there? I go on the Dave app and I look at my spending at Tengra, and we was on probably the 19th, and I spent $12,000 at Tengra
for the month.
For the month? Jeez.
The month we're on the 19th, so 11 days left in the month. I spent $12,000 at Tengra.
I remember.
And right after Tengra, Neiman Marcus.
Neiman Marcus?
Yeah.
So what are you worshiping? Who are you idolizing?
So it's like, okay,
looking good and going out.
Looking good and going out.
Yeah.
I spent like $8,000 at Neiman Marcus and everything.
Wow.
And it's just like, in my head, I was just like, okay, I work so hard to be able to have this type of savings, and I'm just blowing it.
$20,000.
In 19 days, yeah.
Yo, it was just the 19th.
So download that app. I might have to download that.
And that same Sunday, I said, I'm not going to Tengra anymore. Then Brandon texted me that he's going to give me half off. I was at Tengra the same night.
It's God and the devil on your shoulder talking to you in both ears.
All right.
I was at Tengra the same night.
Well, if I spent 19, now that means I'm only going to spend 8.
Now I just got to limit it a little bit more. You know, it's some changes are gradual in life, right? You know, and so you went from that, you came less and less, and now, you know.
No, and I'll be quite honest.
Once every 2 years.
And I thought I wouldn't say that on live, but I'll be quite honest. What really, really helped me, there are 2 things that helped me to just go a different way with my life. Financially, thank God enough. Even growing up, my parents were pretty well off. So I wasn't, as an adult, I was struggling because I wasn't living off of my parents, but I didn't have a difficult childhood.
Right.
I actually lived in a nice neighborhood in France, and college was pretty good. But as I became an adult, I started doing a little bit of business. Even my job, I worked for Royal Bank of Canada. I was making 85, which is one, the girl that I met at Tengra, she told me that, asked me what I do for a living and everything. And I told her, hey, I'm a marketing executive for Royal Bank of Canada. We chilling or whatnot. And she left her phone on the table, and I look at it, and she's on Google, how much does a marketing guy make at Royal Bank of Canada?
That's so cool.
And I was like, what?
Women do better.
But I was doing pretty well. But like, there are times that I will wait for maybe like Ron to draft me like a direct deposit, or for Shopify to send some money into my account so that I could pay my rent. When 2 days before, I just spent more than twice the price of my rent at the club.
Yeah. I'll put some things in perspective for you.
Yeah, so what changed? The first thing that changed is I got into some legal issues at Tengra. Spent $50,000 in legal fees. I was like, Jesus, that's no joke. I spent $50,000 on a lawyer because I went to see this one attorney. The suit he was wearing, I said, I got better suit than this. He's not going to get me out of jail. I can't. He was asking me for $10,000. I was really happy. But get in front of the judge, and the judge said, you've been charged with this, and that.
Right.
This is what you risk. I left the courtroom. I talked to this guy, I'm sorry, you're not going to be my attorney. I called this attorney in Orlando, which happened to be Tory Lane's attorney. They the stadium stuff. And this guy told me, hey, you have $50,000 for me. You can go back and live your life. So I sit down like this, and I'm like, my mom is not giving me $50,000.
Yeah.
I got $22,000 right now, but I don't got $50,000. So I gave him $25,000, and I was giving that man $5,000 every month until I pay him off. So because I have 5,000 to pay on a lawyer every month, I stopped going out a little bit. Then I get this settlement, 150 grand from this club where I got beat up at. So I'm like, yo, it's time for me to go back.
We got it back, baby.
We back up, baby.
Back.
I was like, I'll go get beat up for 150 racks.
I was like, yeah, it's time for me to bounce back and go back to the club. And then I met this purposeful girl that kind of put some purpose into my life.
Yeah.
And she's just like, that and relationships don't go head to head.
They don't.
So it's like, you guys slow down, not only for this relationship, but just because of what you've been through.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, but I was just like, okay, cool. I'm cool enough. And that was the best decision I've ever made, because I gotta admit that I'm not the best with self-control. As long as I wish I could be like Brandon and not drink, but as soon as I have 2 shots of tequila, I want 42 that I'm not even going to drink. I want to do everything.
I was the same way, which thank God I don't drink anymore, because I'd be like, let's keep going,
Line it up, baby. Yeah.
And now it's just so funny how I became like, I call myself a stingy person. So it's like, I check my bank. Have you read the book, The Psychology of Money?
No, I have not.
Oh man, read that book. It will change your life.
Psychology of Money, guys. I'm gonna read that.
Psychology of Money. That book will change your life. I open my bank account every 10 minutes, even if I haven't spent anything, because a lot of the time, you think you have some money in your bank account, you keep swiping, and then when you open your bank account, you're like, damn, where did the money go? So I'm very meticulous when it comes to what I spend my money on. And I'll make sure that if I spend the money, it's because I want to. I don't put myself in a situation where I will end up spending the money because I'm in the heat of the moment. And it took a lot of work. It took a lot of trial, because it's scary to be in front of a judge. As a person of color, an American with an accent, in front of a judge, and you're like, and let me tell you this, E-boy is on camera. Because it's like, when I'm in front of my lawyer, it's like, okay, this is discovery. These are the evidence against you. I see Brandon, like I see Brandon walking, like, I mean, you're single, holding a girl. Like, I see every guy that I know, and it's just like, we are being recorded.
Yeah.
That was just really scary, you know. But thank God, I was able to overcome that.
And now we're here. So what's next? More brands?
No,
not yet.
I don't think there's any business venture that I'm looking at right now.
Just maintaining 4
Just
seasons?
maintain 4 seasons. Now I've started. I don't like to say that. I feel like it's too fancy to say, but I'm doing some real estate in the Dominican Republic right now.
Airbnbs? Or?
No, but like new construction.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes, I just bought like a new construction in the Dominican Republic. It's a duplex, and I don't know exactly where I'm going with
It's
that.
a great way to make money, though.
You're just gonna have it.
It's just gonna happen. They're still building it.
Yeah. Okay. So, you got time to figure it out.
Yeah, but I just felt like, okay, let me at least have something. And also, thank goodness, my mom is retired now. Thanks me.
Yeah.
My mom is retired. She's living between France and America. So it's just like, I don't feel like I've done everything that I'm supposed to do, but I'm where I never thought I would be.
Yeah. 100%.
And I'm enjoying the ride. The ride. Last year was a pretty crazy year. I had my daughter last year, and my girlfriend, while pregnant, was diagnosed with cancer.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, she's in her 20s. And she was diagnosed with cancer. That happened, like, we just moved into our new home, and I was like very excited, you know. That night, make sure to show my baby girl while she was in the belly that I love her by loving her mom. I wake up in the morning and like my girl's having a seizure. I think she's pranking me, but she's not pranking me. She's really like having a seizure. And before you know, we are at the doctor and they say she has a tumor in the brain.
Oh, wow.
24 hours later, she get 2 surgery.
Mm-hmm.
She get the first surgery, they removed the tumor, and now she got to do chemo, but it's too dangerous to do chemo while she's pregnant. So they wait, but while they wait, the tumor grow back.
Right.
And the doctor said if we were going to the hospital 2 weeks later, she would be dead.
Wow.
So we did the good thing coming there at that specific time. So she had a second surgery, all that while pregnant. They removed the tumor again. So instead of doing chemo, she did radiation therapy. And she gave birth to my daughter October 4th, 2024.
So
she
just turned a year.
She just turned 1. And on October 12th, she was cancer free.
Wow.
Oh, sick.
And so now it's just like, I feel like life is short, man.
See, it is.
Like my girl, she's like the type of, my girl, she's the type, she's the type of person that's just like projecting. Like the reason we have a property in the DR right now is because of her. Like she's really planning about the future and everything. She actually made me do some stuff. I have life insurance policy, and I didn't know. I can never plan on having a life insurance policy. I just live my life.
Right.
I have a critical condition insurance. Just like if I'm ever diagnosed with cancer or anything.
Yeah,
So
we know
my
all
girl,
about.
she's the type to plan all this type of things. Plan, okay, we can buy this condo and do this and that. But after everything that she's been through, we just know that life is no promise.
Yeah, everybody needs life insurance. Make sure you study and get that.
No, really.
And know what you have when you get it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, really. So it's like now I'm just living life, bro. Like I'm enjoying the ride. I feel very fortunate because I'm no better than nobody. I'm not more deserving than nobody. No, I'm not. Like really not more deserving than nobody. But I'm happy to be where I'm at. There's ups
Enjoy
and
the
downs,
seasons.
but I'm enjoying every season.
Enjoy the 4 seasons, baby, as they come and as they go. But all right, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here today. Cleon, you got any last question or final thoughts?
Well, first, obviously, Drake, appreciate you. Coming
and all the free game. That was like some free marketing game for sure.
Yeah, we might have to put this one on the Patreon. But I really kind of, as you were going through the phases, and everything that you were talking about, a lot of it seemed to come down to you kind of just making a choice to do something, right? Whether it was making a choice to get into the brand, making a choice to leave what you were doing to go and do the things on your own, making a choice to stop going out and partying so you could be better in other aspects of your life. And I think that's something that a lot of people kind of struggle with today, is making those executive decisions on their life. And it seems as though you've done a good job at, how old are you now? 28 years old. You've done a good job of making choices to put yourself in a position, like you said, that you've never thought you've been. I think a lot of people are kind of paralyzed with fear because there's so many things going on and there's so many options of things to do that it's frozen with options. And so in that case, they end up doing nothing. So for you, for anybody watching this, what would you tell somebody about taking that step and just making that choice? What does it take? What do you feel like the importance of it is? What do you think is the most important thing to just get them to make that choice and decide on something to put themselves in a better position for the future?
I feel like, and I'll talk about what was the most important thing for me, is just finding my purpose. What is my purpose? What is that I want to do? What is that if I don't do, I can live with the fact that I didn't do that.
That right there.
And it's like me, for example, I came here as a student, right? I was going to college. My mom was spending $18,000 a semester.
Wow.
For me to go to college. And I did 4 years of college. So that's it. It's like, it's 2 semesters every year.
Correct.
So for 4 years, that's a lot of money that she spent.
Yeah.
In my head, I was just like, if I can pay her back, that's not something I can live without. Like I can live with. I can live with the fact that she did all that. My mom, she well off, but not well off enough to spend $36,000 a year on me, and it's not hurting her pocket. So it's just like I really wanted to pay her back. I knew that I wouldn't pay her back by just doing what is regular, what is doing the traditional way. So as time was going, I just kept reminding myself, what is your purpose? will you leave with the fact that you didn't accomplish what you want to accomplish for yourself? Then go ahead and put the F work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like every time that you are sidetracked from what you want to do, just ask yourself that, who am I doing that for? What am I doing that for? And can I live with it? Can I live with myself if I don't do it? And if you don't have a purpose, find one.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
There it is.
All right, brother. We appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you having me. I never thought that I would enjoy talking this much.
Nah, you shared
conversation.
Yeah, you shared a lot of great information, a lot of stuff I didn't even know too, and a lot of stuff that like you're not really gonna. Hey, let's sit down and talk about this on like your regular every day where you see somebody, especially when you see them where I see them. So we do appreciate you being here. We appreciate you guys all listening. Thank you once again. 55 weeks of yapping. So we appreciate you guys being here, and we'll see you all next week.